Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim speaking on Thursday, the 1st of December. So, let's look at the euro dollar first. And well, yesterday it couldn't make any movement, continuation towards that daily 21. I'm still looking for it, and it may do it today. We'll see. But at the moment, consolidation seems to be the word with these European currencies, and it certainly every time it manages a bit of a high or something, it gives it all back in the next session. So, where are we at the moment? Well, potentially looking ready to roll over again. We're already through daily pivot. Effectively, we're on the bullish side of the markets at the moment, and maybe you could see a break to the upside this morning, a continuation to the upside. I'm really sort of looking across these sort of levels here for the upside, and maybe wait for a break. You know it's going to come down the lows there. If it's going to chop to the downside, and that's going to be the clue. There's little in the way of direction apart from sideways. Preference maybe to the upside, up to the R1. It looks like it's sort of shaping up okay, but would need to see a reasonable setup around that. To the downside, well, again, probably a bit easier if it's broken those 21s, breaks the trend, maybe back down to that weekly pivot again. Cable. Let's have a look at the bigger picture first. And well, through the Asian session, we've broken out of the wedge we're in now. It's made that breakout. My concern is it will come back and test it. Now it's done that. It's the new monthly pivots below us. It could just well come back towards that in a day. Effectively, it's made little in the way of genuine movement. So I'm wary of this, and as I said, we could just run up there. It's run through the whole of the Asian session. It's been pushing up in a sort of choppy old style, but higher highs, higher lows. So we could continue, but I've got a feeling that we'll come back for the daily pivot, but we'll see. Again, we could be drawing the trend line across the lows there, across the 8 moving average on the hourlies. Gives us a reasonable clue. Now, of course, we could find some support initially. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy road if it does run down there, because you've got all the support of the key moving averages sitting below us. But it's not overbought at this stage as such. Should check. No, not overbought. It's got potential to be pushing onwards. Dollar yen. Well, divergence there into the daily 500. Possible that it could have a roll over here, monthly pivot below. Now this may be its chance of showing some sort of break, but up until now, again, as expected yesterday, it just pushed to the upside. Extremely overbought on a weekly basis. It's diverging here. There's the possibility. I just think we need to wait until it gives us a proper clear signal, though. It's easy to be chasing. Now, 500 may have been an earlier signal, but we'll have to watch the intraday and see whether it gives us a bit of a clue there of the potential. But for now, well, bounce off the 4 hourly 8 could see a continuation to the upside. So it's that sort of awkward sort of move. Now we've got the daily pivot just fractionally below us, which it seems to be working back towards at the moment. I think a bounce off that, and it breaks back above its 60-minute 8 could see it running back up for another high. It has, however, diverged on the hourlies here as well. So divergence on dailies and hourlies and daily pivot. Well, the daily pivot's obviously, if it's been in a earlier stage of this move, would have been possibly interesting, but at the moment it's already moved quite a long way back. As I say, we've got the potential of a bounce off that daily pivot. Okay, and Aussie dollar. More bad news overnight, and well, it seems to have been okay with that because it's bounced. It's not particularly great news. Yesterday sold off. It looks all good for inverted head and shoulders on the 4 hourly basis, but never made it. It's got the monthly pivot above us. It may help it draw it up to those sort of heights again. It really is struggling. every time it seems to start moving up. I mean, okay, yesterday it ran into its daily 21 properly. But it's in a struggle, and the economy is in a bit of a struggle by the sounds of things as well. So it's fundamentally, we may see a bit more downside potential anyway. And the monthly pivot may be a big ask at this stage, but we'll see. If it starts breaking above the 200, maybe the 50, it could be a push up there. Not something I trade the Aussie dollar that much these days, but it has the potential. Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, well, the price of oil yesterday picked up pretty well and it's run through today, so I should just really show that first. It's already started pushing through. Canadian dollar yesterday did quite well initially, was selling off, we saw the sell-off down. However, as soon as the agreement from OPEC was made, it sort of worked its way back up. So it's a typical sell on the rumour, buy on the news in this particular case. So it is moving back south again, and it's following the route of a lot of these where the pound's pushed up, etc. So it's sort of following the route of possibly a bit of a weaker dollar, but whether this actually follows through, we'll see. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. It's gone through its daily pivot. It's almost down to its S1. Maybe I just missed trading this one again today as well. So not been trading it quite so much lately. Yesterday it did give the kicker and a signal earlier on. Did fall some in the earlier point, making it look like it was going for its hourly pivot swing, but patience was needed. And it's like these markets all the time at the moment. We need a little bit of patience in the morning just to get the clues from what they're actually doing. As I said, with the euro and the pound, particularly the pound, I think it could roll over some more yet. Okay, that's pretty much it for me today. The news-wise is finally finishing up with that. We've got some very light news really coming out. Spanish manufacturing PMI, not interested in. But we have got a 930, one of the key figures, manufacturing PMI for the UK. That may create some volatility around the pound, generally about 20 pips worth, if it's any variation. Unemployment claims at 130, it's normally normal weekly figures for the US. Can have a little bit more of we could see more volatility around that on a day like this. And then at 3 o'clock we've got the ISM manufacturing US figures. So again, that could create a bit of volatility around 3. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.